Today we're going to check out the new Generation 2 MPVI from HP Tuners. We're going to do an unboxing. I'm going to give you my initial impressions. We're going to do maybe download a factory or download an as found off of the truck, see if it loads any faster. And as I said, I'll give you my general impressions. And at the end of it, I'll let you know if I think this is something you should spend money in order to upgrade to if you're on a version 1 or not. So stick around. Hey everybody, welcome back to the garage, and I gotta say thank you to all the new subscribers after the last video. It kind of blew up. Man, you guys are great, and for all my guys down under, guys and gals down under, I'm representing Holden today, throwing some love your way. So if you are part of the Australian crew watching this, make sure and hit up the comments. If you haven't already, make sure and hit the subscribe button. Bell is optional, but you don't want to miss out on the upcoming stuff. So make sure you're subscribed, throw a thumbs up if you find this video helpful, and check out the tuning videos. You know, that's where the meat of the information is. And if you have any questions, as always, go ahead and hit up the comments. But today we are taking a look at, I finally broke down, spent the cash to upgrade from the version 1 MPVI from HP Tuners to the version 2, the newest and latest generation. And there's a couple features that we'll go over specifically as to why I upgraded, and then I'll also weigh into whether or not I think you should upgrade as the standard do-it-yourselfer, you know, shade tree mechanic tuner. So let's go ahead and we'll jump down onto the table. We'll take a look at this. We'll open it up and we'll get into it, see what we find out. So I've got the ProLink module here. We'll dive into that here in a second. I have not upgraded this one to the ProLink feature set. You get this for free whenever you do the ProLink feature set, but since they've changed it up a little bit and it's more of a permanent installation kind of thing, it's not as easy to swap these things from vehicle to vehicle. So this is going to be the unit that I wire in, dedicated to the Silverado for now. The other one I'm not going to have installed in anything for the time being. There will be more about that here in a bit. And I will go through the process of upgrading this online to the Pro feature set and do a video over that. That's a video for a different day. But for now, let's go ahead and open this thing up. And I got $100 says that there's going to be packing peanuts in here because HP Tuners loves to put packing peanuts in their box. No, there's not. I would have lost $100. Okay. There it is. Man, look at that. It's a little bit fancier than the older version that came in a white box that just had your serial number on the side. This is more of something that you'd see on the shelves out there. I'm not sure exactly why. I guess maybe they're wanting to put these in speed shops, have a better shelf presence than they have in the past. I worry that the serial number is on the back of it. You could see that straight away. But let's open it up. See what's in here. See what all the hubbub's about. Nice packaging. The unit, kind of like the unit already. It's nice and small. It's got a USB-C on the back. It's got a button for which looks to be Bluetooth, and then it has the expansion port on the side, which is like a mini display port. Not sure why they use that. Comes with the thumb drive. I'm not sure what's on the thumb drive. I don't have my adapter to plug this thing in. I'll grab that here in a second. A couple decals, of course. USB-C to A standard cable to plug this into your laptop, and a quick start guide. Luckily, I'm glad to see that. And it just says download and install the latest software. The device drivers are also available there. Connect it to your PC via the USB, open the editor, and then resync the interface. You're now ready to use. Registering your device. I should not have to register this device. This device is already on my account. So the serial number for this, the old one was taken off, the new one was put on there. But I've got opened up here the features. Here's what's supposed to be kind of cool about this one. For one, and I'll put this window up big screen here and shrink myself in the corner. Universal credits. That means now You can buy these things with no credits on them. I'll put a link down to it down below with 2 credits. That's kind of the base model where you need a couple credits to get started. I think they've standardized for the most part where it's 1 for the TCM, 1 for the ECM. So the 2 credit unit is the way to go because it saves you $300. Back in the day, you had to buy a unit that had 8 credits on it, and it was like $700 from the get-go. Now you can buy the credits, $50 a pop as needed, and the cool thing about it is it's through the web. This thing, soon as it syncs up, you get the new credits down there. It's something that you can do 24 hours a day. There doesn't have to be any interaction on the back end like there used to be. So that's cool. That's also part of the online licensing system. What that means is that on the older units, your licenses were stored on the MPVI version 1. If you lost that, you lost all of your licenses. The way it is now, though, it's stored through online, through the cloud, as it were. And if you were to lose your MPVI2, you can get another one and still access all of the credits that you've already bought. So that is a big bonus, especially for guys that are doing a lot of tuning, maybe road tuning, things like that. That reason alone, I will say, if you are a tuner and you have not updated to the version 2 yet, do it. It is worth the money. It could save you in the long run. USB connection, the old one was USB connection. I don't understand why that's a feature that you would put on here. Bluetooth connection, that may be all right for scanning. I don't even know if they support flashing over Bluetooth, but yeah, they're saying that the Pro feature set will eventually allow standalone flashing. I don't know what that means. Why is that underneath the Bluetooth connection? Yeah, but as far as like scanning and reading, maybe that's what it says. It's scanning and reading only, Bluetooth connection. Scanning's fine. Reading's probably all right, but they're not going to let you flash a file over Bluetooth because it's too problematic. You know, you could lose your connection. It could blip out. Even though they run checksums on these things to make sure that the files have loaded properly, they don't want to do anything that could possibly cause you to brick an ECU. Direct molded OBD2 connector, you know, that's because of the small form factor. Optional extension cables, you can get those on Amazon for probably cheaper. Expandable 8 gigabyte micro SD internal memory. Well, it says it's expandable. I don't see where there's access to it. I mean, I guess you might have to take the thing apart. That's a question for a different day. Expansion port, the expansion port, they have the Pro Link, but the expansion hub is not out yet. That's coming out here in the next couple months. Standalone flashing via Bluetooth. I don't know what that means. Standalone flashing. Standalone flashing means to me that you could save something on this device and then flash it in directly off this device and maybe trigger it from Bluetooth. Maybe you have an option through your phone or something to say, hey, change from this flash file to this one. That's my guess. It's a release TBA thing. Standalone data logging. Generally, that is a Pro feature set. It says release TBA on that, but this also hasn't been updated for 2 months, or a year and 2 months. And then HPT file edit save without license. That is the main reason I'm upgrading to that unit, is so that I can edit other people's files and save them. The way it is with the version 1, if you do that, it will prompt you whenever you go to save to license that file, which is obviously a hassle for guys like me that try to help people out, make a couple tweaks to a file and then send it back to them. If we look at the Pro feature set, you know, this is what allows you, and let me open this up real quick. This is how it came. Pro Link, you open this thing up, that's all that's in there. Just the Pro Link cable. You didn't even put a quick start guide in there. There's no wiring diagram in this thing, and I understand it's out on the web somewhere. You go visit the Pro Link feature page. Listen, when I am upside down underneath the steering wheel, under my dash, trying to wire this crap up, because that's where all these wires are, I don't want to be fumbling around with a laptop or a phone. I want a piece of paper that says, this is what the red wire is, this is what the orange wire is, this is what the black wire is. That's not too much to ask for. Come on, HP tuners, if you're watching this, throw something in here so I don't have to look it up on the phone, don't have to print out a diagram. I can have something with me whenever I'm underneath the car. That's kind of my only gripe about it. I don't necessarily think that it's priced too bad. 35 bucks, I think, for the standalone, and you get one for free on the Pro feature set. The Pro feature set, that's another thing. I think that that's probably a little bit overpriced now, especially because you're using the same hardware platform, so it's basically a software upgrade. Much like my main gripe with Teslas, they are basically flipping a switch to enable the Pro feature set on this thing. You've already paid for it, it's in it. So it's $299 without it, it's $549 with it. So 250 bucks. To turn on a, they're changing a 0 to a 1 in the software basically and enabling you to, hook that up. That was great on the old one where it was a different form factor and had the data logging on the device, it's a completely different device. I understand charging a little bit more money for that. I think 250 is probably a little strong for the Pro features on this one. Pro feature set, standalone logging, vehicle dependent. I mean, if you're asking 250 bucks, standalone logging should work on every vehicle that is supported by your interface. I'm sorry. Accelerometer logging, I don't know if that's going to be worth anything. I don't really care about that. I'm not worried about getting G-pad ratings and I'm not tracking this thing and running it with Track Addict and stuff like that. Bluetooth flashing, once again, I don't know how that works yet. If that is just having multiple files on this and I have a way of remotely doing that without having to break out the laptop if I want to go from a high horsepower to a low horsepower, yeah, that might be worth it. And then, of course, the HPT net activation, which is what they're calling this little side port, the HPT net activation, which allows data broadcasting, wherever the hell that is, wireless sensors, which I don't know of any that are out there yet, and then the Pro Link support, which is our free cable that we get with it, and the expander hub, which is not out yet. Let's look at the instructions. See what they look. This is one page. Why can't you include this in the box? This is mind-blowing to me. One page. This is all I want right here. Boom. Boom, the pinouts. Pro feature set is free, and this is part of why they're charging $250, because if you upgrade from your Pro version 1 to version 2, they've got to justify why you pay 250 bucks more for the version 1. Maybe offer those guys a cheaper upgrade path. Okay, let's see what's on this thumb drive. CDM, these are drivers, and VCM suite from 2 months ago, so it's probably an early 4 dot something. No reason to use that. We'll get the latest drivers off the website here. So the drivers that are on the website are the same that was on the thumb drive. Hey, you get a lanyard thing. I didn't mention that. It doesn't work with this. You can't use this to hang it from your rearview mirror or something. Maybe a missed opportunity. Maybe you should have put a little notch in this side so I could hang a lanyard off my MPVI2. So let's plug this thing in. Let's jump into the car and see if it pulls a tune in like 30 seconds or something. It says it's the fastest on the market for pulling tunes. The old one wasn't bad. The old one didn't take a long time, so... Oh yeah, we gotta resync it real quick. So, gotta be connected to the internet at least the first time. I don't know if it has to be every time. I hope not. That'll hose guys like me. But if you go into help in your editor here, you'll have resync information, or resync interface. It'll pull the data. Boom. There you go. 8 credits added. Total of 8. Let's jump in. I'm going to take this over to the truck. We'll jump in there and we'll pull a tune. Okay. Got her plugged in here. Truck is on. I'm going to close the one that's on here. And let's read the entire vehicle. Gather the info. Here goes nothing. We'll see how fast it is. No. This is not any faster than the old version. This, in fact, seems to be the exact same speed. Okay, that being said, while this is doing its thing, let's talk about my initial thoughts on this. Whether or not you should upgrade. That's the main question. Listen, if you are on a version 1, non-pro, no, don't upgrade. Save your money. It's not worth it. There's nothing on this for the guy that is tuning his Camaro, and that's all he's using this for. You've already spent the money. There's no reason to spend more money. The new features on this thing, you know, unless you, the only thing that you might want to, the only thing that might make me say otherwise is if you're wanting to log additional gauges. That's kind of one of the other things that got me going. I'm logging my wideband through Serial. Works great. Have no complaints. I still think that Serial is the best way of logging your wideband. I've done a video on that before, so if you want to check that out, I'll put a link in the corner as to why I think Serial's better. But I've got a boost gauge that has an analog out, and I've got a methanol injection gauge that has an analog out. So I'm going to bring those in addition to my boost gauge or my wideband. So, but that's not worth $200 for me. It said I bought it because of the option of being able to save files without a license. That alone is worth it to me. Now, if you don't need the additional inputs, no. There's, you know, this is, yes, upgrading to this is cheaper than upgrading, well, yeah, probably cheaper than upgrading to the Pro previously. I don't know. But if you don't need the additional inputs, no. Now, as I said beforehand, if you don't have an interface yet, yes, grab this one with 2 credits. Don't get more than 2 credits to start off because you can always upgrade the credits later. It's great for that. If you have a Pro interface and you are using a Pro interface on more than one vehicle, you might want to stick to the version 1 Pro interface because your analog inputs are on the interface itself with terminals. It's an easier way of hooking things up on the fly than the new Pro interface. The Pro Link cable, I think, is not the best design, but it's great if you are doing permanent installs and you want the additional inputs on a permanent install. Other than that, the other features, the Bluetooth stuff, maybe that'll flesh out and be worth something. I might have more to say on that. We're still not done. We just finished the ECM. So, as I said, this is no faster than the version 1 interface. You're not going to shave 50% of your time off pulling tunes, updating things. So that's not a reason to do it. No, I mean, as I said, there are specific use cases which are a great reason to buy this. It's your first MPVI, great reason to buy this one. I like the form factor. I like some of the options. I love the upgradability on it. I love all of it being kind of in the cloud finally. But that being said, those are not worth the extra money. Now, as it, you know, if you got to have the latest and greatest tech, you're probably not going to get much bang for your buck on this. You're better off. 200 bucks goes a long way on mods. You know, that's a cold air intake. You know, that's a fraction of some headers or exhaust, things like that. So you spend your money wisely in this situation. That's all I'm saying. There'll be, let me put this thing through the paces. I'll do a follow-up video here in a couple weeks. I've got some tuning to do on the Silverado. Once I get that stuff knocked out, I'll do a follow-up video. And then, as I said, I will go through and upgrade to the Pro features here in a couple weeks. I will do a video around that so you guys can see what that process is, how easy it is. I look for it. I think that is kind of cool. I still think it's overpriced, but it is what it is. That's about it. You know, as usual, guys, if you like this video, make sure and hit that thumbs up. If you don't, hit the thumbs down, but tell me what you don't like about it. If you're out of Australia, hit up the comments. Tell me where. Representing Holden today on this video. I wish they were sponsoring us. Holden, send me some cars. No, I'm just kidding. If you haven't subscribed already, you're missing out on great content. Shut up, car. I'm trying to close out a video. You're missing out on some great content, so make sure and subscribe. Thanks to all the new subscribers, man. We've got like 100 dudes in the last 100 people in the last day. There's women that are watching. I don't know if you guys have subscribed, but subscribe too. We welcome all car fans here in the garage. But as always, I want to say thanks for stopping by the garage. I love you guys.